Good afternoon and welcome to the 4A West Championship matchup between the Rock Springs Tigers and the Kelly Walsh Trojans. I'm Matthew Peterson. We've got a great game in store for us today as these two sides have met up just a week ago, but now it's going to be Kelly Walsh trying to break the hot team that is the Rock Springs Tigers. We're going to have our pregame show be nice and short before kickoff. We'll get started in just a moment here on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of My Local Radio Sports.
Afternoon and welcome to the 4A West Regional Girls Championship Soccer in the championship match between the Kelly Walsh Trojans and the Rock Springs Tigers. And now for today's starting lineups. First, for the Kelly Walsh Trojans, a senior and captain, number 2, Barrett Lloyd. A senior, number 3, Paige Hill. A junior, number 4, Rachel Evanston. A sophomore, number 7, Reagan Camp. A senior, number 12, Audrey Moisier. A sophomore, number 14, Hannah Holmberg. A sophomore, number 18, Carly Woodruff. A freshman, number 19, Madison Burnett. A freshman, number 21, Bethany Strand. A junior, number 29, Bailey Owen. And in net for the Trojans, a senior and captain, number 0, Alyssa DePorter. And now the starting lineup for the Rock Springs Tigers. A junior, number 1, Emily Toucher. A junior, number 2, Brecken Hunsaker. A senior, number 3, Zoe Silovich. A freshman, number 4, Brooklyn Berry. A junior, number 6, Ravali Moses. A junior, number 8, Kylie Knudsen. A junior, number 9, Carly Nelson. A senior, number 13, Olivia Politti. A senior, number 14, Amory Willoughby. A senior, number 18, Lauren Profaser. A junior, number 21, Coralie Weinrich. And in net for the Tigers, a senior, number 7, Alex Moeller. Participants, you are the reason everyone is here. Compete with class. And spectators, use your voice to represent yourself, your team, your school, and your community in a positive way. Join the ride, good luck to all, and let's play ball.
The starting lineups are in for today's championship match here on the final match of the 4A West Regional Championship. I'm Matthew Peterson, and we're in for a great one as these two sides met up just a week ago and only a single goal separated them. Kelly Walsh and Rock Springs vying for the top spot out of the West before they travel to Cheyenne next week for the state tournament. And the Tigers in their black uniforms start things off while the Trojans sport their white kits. And quickly, Toucher up ahead trying to link up with Knudsen, but unable to. Toucher working on Burnett, the cross, and it goes right to DePorter, who's tested early. Rolling it out, and Kelly Walsh in transition, chipping it ahead. On the wing, Evanston. Rachel playing it back. And the Trojans sending it all the way back to Moisier. All the way past the waiting feet of Nelson, and it's out for a throw-in. Scoreless on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard and the start of this championship matchup. Been 2 years since the last one, and both sides trying to be back on top. This is a good chance here, but DePorter gets to it first. You had Toucher and Knudsen running in after it, but no one able to get to it in time. Rolling out a play and setting up a Weinrich throw-in. These two sides met up twice during the course of the regular season. Both times Rock Springs won. But the added bonus is the last time they played, it was just a week ago today. Back on May 8th, a 2-1 victory for Rock Springs as the Trojans clear it out to Owen. Now to the feet of Holmberg. Hill collides with the Tiger, but it gets the throw-in. Up to Hannah. Holmberg chasing after it. Spinning around, but clearing at that time was Weinrich. Out to Evanston. Weinrich on her back. Looking for space. Rachel just sending it towards the goal, and Alex Moeller for the first time today is called to action. Kicked ahead and across midfield. Burnett heads it, and it falls to Strand. Toucher kicking it forward, and too far for Nelson, and out for a Trojan throw-in. First time these two sides met up early in the year, and Rock Springs didn't really have an issue with Kelly Walsh. They would cruise to a 4-0 victory, but the Trojans played them a lot tighter the second time, and now Kelly Walsh trying to keep a trend going this tournament for both sides of the bracket, and that is it's tough to beat a team 3 times. Saw a handful of upsets in the first round of the boys' side of the bracket. More chalk in the girls, but you take the last matchup, Kelly Walsh lost to Jackson both times in the regular season, but would defeat them yesterday in the semifinals 1-0. Hannah Holmberg was the hero in that game, the lone goal scorer in the first half. Moses was pushed off the ball. Silovich onto the wing, chipped in. Paletti couldn't get to it, and the clearance is made. 4 minutes into the game, and we're still scoreless, but a free kick coming up for Rock Springs. Good size, healthy crowd here for the regional tournament. Clearance that time by the captain, Lloyd. Headed back and sent forward. Owen came off the bench yesterday, but gets the start today. Evanston working along the edge. Rachel getting into the box. Shook her defender, and a whistle comes as a result, and Rachel is assessed a foul, and it's going to be a free kick now for Alex Moeller and the Tigers. Throw in for Burnett. Morgan Burnett, a starting freshman, and that's kind of the theme. The theme with this Kelly Walsh roster is they start someone at every single level, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. A very well-balanced attack from head coach Jerry Reeling. Meanwhile, for Rock Springs, I mean, they're not completely all seniors. A lot of juniors in there, even a freshman or two. But a much older roster. Hunsaker gets attacked from behind, but able to work around it. Passed it off to Toucher. Emily facing some harassment. Spinning around and getting around traffic, trying to find Hunsaker at the top of the box. Comes out along Moses' shot is dealt with by Alyssa DePorter. Second shot on goal that DePorter's had to deal with. Just over 6 minutes into the first half. Sent way up and out of the reach of Kylie Knudsen. In the semifinal yesterday, Rock Springs enjoyed a bye on Thursday and did not miss a beat on Friday. Knocked off Natrona County 8-0. Notable performance from Aubrey Yantis off the bench. She had a hat trick in the first half. To get a hat trick is one thing. To do it in 40 minutes is another. Had 2 goals separated by 15 seconds as well. Now, it's with Bethany Strand, one of the 2 starting freshmen for Kelly Walsh. Along the edge, and the Tigers clear it away. Pass back, Weinrich. Looking to her teammate who wants to give it back. Owen intercepts it, and now it's Evanston with a lot of grass in front of her, but strong closing defense will have her reverse course. Evanston knocking it ahead. Owen waiting for it and pushed off the ball. Throw in here for Kelly Walsh. 32.5 minutes to go in the first half. Moiser passed it off. Now Burnett chases in after it. Knudsen clears it out, and it's punched right back in the direction of Holmberg. Hannah all alone. Holmberg, a shot, and it's in! It's in! Hannah Holmberg scores early. And it's 1-0 Kelly Walsh. Holmberg was the difference maker yesterday, the lone goal scorer in the semifinal. And nearly 8 minutes into this game, she puts her side ahead. They lead the number 1 seeded Rock Springs Tigers 1-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. A bit of uncharted waters right now for Rock Springs. They are usually the ones who score early and score often. But now a response trying to be made with Knudsen. Throw in here for Burnett. Out to midfield. Holmberg fighting for it. Running into pressure from Profaser. It's passed off. Moses. Off to Toucher. Kept in play? No. A throw-in quickly taken by the Trojans. Out to Hill. Paige Hill, the senior, with traffic around her, finds her teammate and clearance by Camp. Another Trojan throw-in off to Holmberg. The sophomore has been the highlight of the tournament so far in terms of clutchness. But still a lot of soccer to be played. Holmberg jockeying for position, getting it out to Strand. The cross gets out to Evanston. Rachel, a shot and a save by Moeller. Alex Moeller keeps it a one-goal contest with 10 minutes into the books. Header last touched by Kylie, the junior, out of play, and a Morgan Burnett throw-in awaiting us. Quickly taken down the line. Owen gets tied up. Now Strand trying to recover, but Moses has a beat on it. Played ahead to Hunsaker. Poked out and cleared out by the Trojans. Moeller clears it out of play for a Trojan throw-in. Evanston ahead. Toucher sending it across midfield. This is good. Nelson a shot, and it's blocked. Eaten up by Lloyd, and out of play for a corner. Wow, great positioning by Barrett Lloyd. Nelson had a good view of the net, but she will not go without a reward for her efforts. A corner kick coming up for Rock Springs, 11 minutes in. Headed on, and a save by DePorter. Cat-like reflexes from Alyssa DePorter. Great header, but met with a better save. Up to head to Bailey Owen. Owen lost it. Over to Moses. Sent back. Whistle blows, and it will be a Rock Springs free kick. 28 and a half minutes on the clock, and the Tigers, despite falling behind early, look to be more of the aggressors as of late. Up ahead, outside the box. Toucher with a volley. That's a slow roller, and DePorter gets it off the pitch. 12 minutes in. Pass back, Weinrich with room. Guarded by Owen, who gives her fits, and now Weinrich advancing up the pitch and finds Kylie Knutson. Moses working away towards the middle. Some quick passes as the Trojan defense is not letting them get in. Paletti, the cross, no one's able to get to it, and an easy stop for DePorter. Alyssa DePorter, like so many other goalkeepers we've seen this tournament, was excellent in net yesterday. I mean, absolutely crucial to that clean sheet to advance them to the to the regional championship. Tigers toss it in, sent ahead, and Lloyd watches it coast out of play. Last touch by Camp. Chip to the box. Evanston waiting for it, and a quick clearance. Profaser passing it off. Moses working away, pulled the trigger on a shot, rolls out. Was it deflected? Yes, it was. So a corner kick. Second of the match for Rock Springs comes with 26 and a half to go. The corner Sent in, headed on goal, and it's in! Emily Toucher heads it in to tie the game. A beautiful cross from Kylie Knudsen, and it's now 1-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. "14 minutes in, and we're all even at 1 as two dogs just came onto the field right now, celebrating a little bit, but now they'll exit. But it's 1-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard thanks to Emily Toucher's game-tying header early here, though, with 26 minutes to play in the opening half. I think the dog owner is running after his four-legged friends. We had been without interruption all match long, but now we have two friends who want to play. A little Air Bud action going on here in the 4A West Regional match, as the Rock Springs defense will herd them off. What a bunch of good puppers right there. Not their fault at all. And with that, we should be go for the whistle to restart the match. 1-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. I think the official is ensuring that they are leashed up or something, that they won't be coming on anytime soon. And we should be good to go. And here we are, Trojans find themselves back to square one. They're all tied. Hunsaker pushing it down the length of the pitch. Into the box, the cross, and it's deflected out for another corner. Let's see if Rock Springs can perfect the corner set piece once again. Knudsen, the corner. Toucher gets ahead to it once again. Loose ball. Hunsaker. Cleared out. Sent back into the box. And another clearance. Lauren tracking it down to keep the attack on. Kelly Walsh suffocating. And now it's with Strand. Passed up ahead to Holmberg, but out of her reach. Tigers staying on the attack. Belletti chips it ahead, but too far out of the reach of Nelson, and it will be a throw in. Health insurance can be really confusing. With the new $1.9 trillion aid package beginning April 1st, quality health insurance became more affordable. These changes could be worth thousands of dollars to you. If you've collected unemployment or lost employer coverage, you may qualify for free coverage. If you are uninsured or paying for insurance through healthcare.gov, or if you've been told in the past you don't qualify because you earn too much, you'll want to act fast to lock in new savings. Visit debknowsinsurance.com today. Clearance as the Rock Springs offense comes to a halt as Carly Woodruff, the sophomore, knocks it out of play for a throw, and Weinrich sending it back into the field of play. Evanston trying to get to it, but Burnett ultimately puts it high into the Evanston sky. On the wing. Not much to be done there, as Weinrich was grinded to a halt. Across midfield, and a missed touch that time by Woodruff. It goes out of play for a throw-in. 23 and a half minutes on the clock. It's 1-1. Moses ahead, tries to get the pass back out of her reach, but somehow finds to Knudsen. She works on Burnett. What a nice move from Kylie. The cross, the clearance. No, it's still in the box. Nelson tried to keep it in. Now it's put out for a corner. Moses outside the box. A long strike and a save by DePorter. 22.5 minutes on the clock as DePorter sends this up the pitch, but sent right back by the Tigers. Out to Evanston. Rachel pushing herself up across midfield, a corner kick. I beg your pardon, a throw-in. Substitutions being made. Stephen Pyer, the head coach of Rock Springs, likes to keep his players fresh, and we see Silovich come on for Nelson. Aubrey Yantis also on that striker spot. Yantis, the hat-trick scorer yesterday against Natrona. Burnett throws it in down the line. And once again, kicked out by Rock Springs. Evanston to throw it in. Rachel in the alley. Crossing it in, but it's deflected out. And now it gets all the way out to Yantis. Here come the Tigers in transition. Ella Brewster, who just came off the bench, accelerates but loses it. Brewster gets a leg in front of the pass, and the Tigers stay on the offensive march. Ella chipping it ahead creatively to Yantis. Back to Brewster. First touch was off. She gets it back. Brewster with a chance. No, a great clearance. And it goes out for a goal kick. Wow. Great defense by the captain, Barrett Lloyd. Barrett Lloyd, after Brewster looked like she had a one-on-one date with DePorter, but it's out for a goal kick instead. Midway through the first half here in the championship match of the regional tournament in Evanston. And a little too much contact for the officials' liking. It's going to be a free kick taken quickly by Weinrich in the direction of Hunsaker, cleared out to Evanston. Rachel walking a tightrope, trying to chip it ahead, and it gets out of play for a Kelly Walsh throw-in. Peyton Hill, who came off the bench, is about to take it, but instead opts not to. Reagan Camp checks out for Emma Holberg. Back to Evanston. Over. Strand lost it. And Silovich sends it in the direction of Hunsaker. Brecken sprinting up the alleyway, guarded closely by Woodruff. And no whistle after some contact, and great defense from Carly. Brewster's shot turns well wide, and it's out for a goal kick. That new $1.9 trillion spending package recently approved by the federal government has an unpleasant surprise for employers, small and large. If you've let employees go since October 2019, you may have to reinstate their health care coverage on the company insurance plan and pay their premiums for up to 6 months. Wow! By May 31st, employers must notify employees of their new rights, but there is a solution. Visit DEBknowsinsurance.com to find out what it is. Tigers working through Toucher, but a nice clearance by the Kelly Walsh back line. 18.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Out for a Rock Springs throw-in. Anna Holmberg scored 8 minutes into the game, and Just 6 minutes later, Emily Toucher knotted us up at 1-1. Brewster sent back to Weinrich. The entry pass into the box, headed away by Lloyd. Out to Paletti. Olivia looking to cross it in, but an easy stop for Holmberg, and it's out for a throw-in.
Third minute here from Evanston Middle School. The Tigers and the Trojans knotted at 1 apiece.
Passed over to Weinrich. Long shot and an easy save for DePorter. Been a busy first half for the senior keeper, Alyssa DePorter. One of the 2 signaled captains on this team. Just over 17 minutes to go. 1-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard in the Region Championship. Kelly Walsh working at midfield off to Evanston. Rachel guarded closely and nearly got past her defender. Weinrich chasing, cross, never going to get off. Loose ball, second attempt is no good as well. And now Rock Springs emerges with the ball. They send it well ahead. Burnett gets to it first, then touched by Yantis. Toucher passing it off to Brewster. Here comes Ella into the box, all alone right now, and decides to give it a go, but misfires and out for a goal kick. Video coverage of every game at these regional soccer playoffs are being brought to you in part by Dr. Jared Barton, General Surgeon. We appreciate all of our headline advertisers that made it possible for this coverage. The next time you see Dr. Barton, be sure to say thanks for his help providing this coverage. Morgan Burnett takes the goal kick and opts for the short pass, and it is knocked out of play and handed right over to Rock Springs. 15.5 to go. Volley towards the semicircle. And out to the center circle and punched right back in. Burnett heads it high into the sky. Yantis settling it down. Cross. Shot. It's in. Tigers take the lead. It's now 2-1 Rock Springs on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Rock Springs radio play-by-play guy believes it's Carly Nelson, and I'll follow his lead. It's 2-1 Tigers with 15:07 to go. So after falling behind 1-0, Rock Springs has responded with 2 unanswered goals. A beautiful cross from Yantis left it high into the sky, and now here come the Tigers once again. Bailey Owen clears her lines and across midfield. Throw in here, headed on by Toucher. Carly chipping it towards Yantis, but instead it actually fades in the direction of DePorter for a save. Clearance across midfield. Chase is on. Ella Ketchpool, a freshman who came in off the bench, will get set to throw it in. Recently checked in as Hannah Holmberg gets a breather as well. Catchpool keeping it in. Still in. And now the Tigers come away with it. Off to Moses. Sent ahead, but a good stop and a much-needed one by Barrett Lloyd. Over to Yantis. Yantis takes it all the way back to her half the field. Good turnover forced by Owen, although her first touch too strong, and Townshire picks her pocket. Comes out now to Willoughby. Little under 13 minutes to play in the first half. Sent ahead this time by Aspen. Throwing now for Rock Springs. Throwing now. Rock Springs quickly takes it away. Here they come. Ahead to Yantis. Yantis racing to Porter, and the goalkeeper wins the race. Beautiful pass, great idea, but to Porter quick off her line. Now sent ahead to Aspen Shurik. Out of play, and no. A good effort to keep it in that time by Emma Holberg. At the top of the box, but another great defensive stop by Rock Springs. Finding Toucher at midfield, good pass to Moses. Moses, a shot, and it's too tall. Goal kick. Video coverage of every game at these regional soccer playoffs are also being brought to you in part by DebKnowsInsurance.com. That new $1.9 trillion federal spending package has some pretty serious insurance changes coming our way. If you own a business, currently pay for your own insurance at insurance.gov, or if you are not insured, visit DebKnowsInsurance.com today. So it's going to be a Morgan Burnett goal kick, and it gets out to her own bench. 10.5 on the clock. 2-1 Tigers. Moses with pressure behind, passes it off. Toucher or Knudsen. Paletti shook off one attack, now passing to the middle, but a nice clearance that time by Kelly Walsh. Webb to Silovich on the far wing, crosses on, looking for Yantis, gets past everyone, and Yantis will chase after it. Aubrey in the alley, passing it towards the middle, cleared out once again by this Trojan defense, and it finds the waiting feet of Shurik. Pass back to Moeller, who has been relatively quiet since that first goal. Hasn't had a lot of action come her way since Hannah Holmberg opened up the scoring 6 minutes into play. Moses off to Hunsaker in the box. 9.5 on the clock, and it rolls out for another corner kick. Well, once you get one goal off a corner kick, every corner kick after that just feels a little more uneasy because you know it can be done. You saw it happen. And then for Rock Springs, you're trying to repeat as a quick, cheeky shot is not going to fool DePorter, and she gets over to the post in time. Less than 9 minutes to play now. First half action here at Evanston Middle School. just outside the Rock Springs goal box. Up ahead to Yantis. Aubrey knocking it forward, trying to hook up with Hunsaker. Interrupted by Woodruff. A shot from Hunsaker goes past the face of the goal, picked up by Holmberg, and cleared out for a Rock Springs throw-in. Pair of substitutions being made here. We see Camp and Evanston come on for Kelly Walsh, and Alex Bolton check in for Rock Springs. Long cross, loose ball, still loose, and now it's cleared out. A great opportunity from Rock Springs, but excellent clearance that time by Reagan Camp right off the bench and going to work quickly. Out of play with 7.5 on the clock. And Alyssa DePorter, the goalkeeper, is going to run towards her bench. Can't really tell what the issue is. She doesn't appear to be in some discomfort, but maybe a little shaken up. And I think it's a bloody nose. And I think the backup goalkeeper may be coming in here. A bloody nose right now for DePorter, but trying to figure out who the backup goalkeeper is for Kelly Walsh. She put on a 00 jersey. That's not on the roster, so I think it's just a backup goalkeeper jersey. And Addie Harris comes in. Not really sure if this is just a quick change until DePorter is okay, but Harris is going to get set to come in. Yep, Addie Harris coming in. Hopefully DePorter's okay and just needs a few minutes to kind of get back into game shape right now. I mean, she's just instrumental in the net for Kelly Walsh. But Addie Harris comes in. And a bit of a long pause. We'll take this time to tell you guys about DebKnowsInsurance.com. Would you lend $20,000 to a former employee to buy insurance? Well, ARPA, or the American Rescue Plan Act, could force you to do just that. If you've let employees go since October 2019, ARPA's promised free health insurance on your company plan, even retroactive coverage. But there are solutions for employees and employers. Visit DebKnowsInsurance.com to discover them. And quickly, Harris is working hard in the net. As the first shot sent her way, she collects and boots it up the pitch. Webb passing it back to Moeller. Looking at the sideline right now for Kelly Walsh, it doesn't look like DePorter is in some serious pain or discomfort as the Tigers accelerate up the pitch, but a clearance here. I think they just need to get the nosebleed under control so she can get back out there. In fact, she's picking up her gloves right now, so I think she's going to go on the next whistle. Always what you want to see if someone has to check out. Hopefully it's never for long. Moses across midfield. It'll be one of 3 substitutions being made here as DePorter is standing at the sideline. Weinrich ahead. Over to Nelson. Hunsaker. Loose ball. Whistle blows, and it's going to be a free kick for Kelly Walsh, and that should send on 5 total substitutes. 2 for Rock Springs, 3 for Kelly Walsh, with just over 6 minutes to play. Nope, we'll actually have that substitute come on maybe at the next whistle. Good chance right now as it gets all the way back, and Moeller has to send it up the pitch. She's got such a strong right leg, Alex Moeller. Hunsaker has it on her feet, and I think there's lightning. I think I heard thunder, and maybe lightning was seen too. But everyone is exiting the pitch right now. We're going to step aside for a quick commercial break. We'll let you guys know what's going on when we return.
So let's take this time out. We'll come back, gather in.
When you want something custom built for your home, farm and ranch, vehicle, or trailer, it needs to be done with precision, be strong, and be affordable. Get all this and more when you work with the Steel Shop at Ellingford Brothers. You bring the plan or idea, and they'll make it a reality. The Steel Shop sells and installs vehicle accessories like bull bars, running boards, and bed liners. They also specialize in truck and trailer hitches as well. Get it built to last. Ellingford Brothers, 221 County Road in Evanston.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Welcome back to Evanston Middle School. We are under a weather delay right now. Storms in the area. Lightning, I guess, was seen. I couldn't see it out of the press box, but we all heard the thunder. So with that being said, we're going to pause the broadcast here. Hopefully this is just a quick passing by storm. Maybe we're back and running in 30 to 45 minutes, somewhere in that time range. But I believe with lightning, it's not going to be a simple 5-minute pause. They're going to have to wait out a certain time limit. And now there's a PA announcement. As everyone was just issued a statement to leave the field. But everyone going to the locker rooms or their cars and waiting. Like I said, just looking at the weather, and it's not, I can see clear skies over there. So hopefully this is brief and maybe somewhere between 30 to 45 minutes. But with that being said, we will pause the broadcast. So the stream will look a little frozen. And we will keep you guys posted. If I get any more information, I'll come back on and let you guys know. But for the time being, sit back, relax, grab a snack, and it is 2-1 Rock Springs with 5 minutes and 36 seconds on the clock.
goes right.
Close to an hour rain delay is about to be over with. For those of you guys still sticking with us here on mylocalradio.com, we appreciate it. Mother Nature had other plans, but we should be resuming play in just a few minutes. I'm Matthew Peterson. It's a 2-1 Rock Springs lead. Let's reset the scene for you guys with 5:36 remaining in the first half. So a lot of soccer ahead of us. Kelly Walsh jumped on top first thanks to Hannah Holmberg with 32 minutes remaining in the first half. She put her side ahead for the first goal of the game. Then, just 6 minutes later, Emily Townsend on a beautiful header from a corner kick leveled us at 1 apiece. And then 11 minutes later, with 15 minutes remaining in the half, Carly Nelson, in a bit of a scramble near the net, pushed the ball across, and it's now 2-1 Tigers. Both sides had a 10-minute warm-up period, which started about 5 minutes ago. So they're kind of doing all their exercises to get back into game shape after having to sit either in their bus, in a locker room. I'm not entirely sure where they fled to here at Evanston Middle School, but everyone had to vacate due to lightning, and that is all over with now. Like I said, I think it's been about a 45-minute delay at this point, somewhere in that neighborhood. But we'll get started in just a few minutes. Once again, happy you're with us here after a bit of a pause due to Mother Nature. My phenomenal camera operator, Zoe Young, back on the camera to get us started here for the continuation of the first half after a roughly 45-minute weather delay due to thunder and lightning in the area. And this is a place that was kind of starved for some rain to help things out after a mild winter. Just came at a bad time. Everyone was hoping we get some rain soon, and Mother Nature said, all right, be careful what you ask for. But we should be ready to get back underway. It's going to be a drop kick for Rock Springs, and here we go. With 5:35 and counting in the first half, we're back underway in the 4A Regional West Championship match between the Rock Springs Tigers and the Kelly Walsh Trojans. On the fringe of the box, Nelson getting it out to Politi. And it nearly escapes the field of play. No, indeed, it does. And it's going to be a throw-in. Into the box. And cleared back out to Emily. Toucher with the left foot. Trying to link up with Knudsen on the near wing. Sent in by Weinrich, but a misfire on that strike has kept it outside the box. Picked up by Knudsen. Left-footed cross to Hunsaker. And the Trojans clear their lines for the time being. Comes all the way out to Holmberg. Evanston trying to push it up the line, but it's deflected out of play for a Trojan throw-in. Professor battling in front of her own bench and wins the battle and throws it in to Moses. Burnett sending it up. Willoughby clears it away, and it's out for a Trojan throw-in. Just over 4 minutes to go in the first half. Passed over to Holmberg. She's got one today and has pushed off the ball just as she was making her way into the box, but a throw-in coming up. Tossed in to Everson, who ran into Moses and deflected out for another Trojan throw-in. Thrown into the box. Evanston running out of room, trying to cross it, and it's going to be a corner kick. 2-1 Rock Springs with less than 3.5 on the clock. Burnett rushing in for the corner. Morgan sending it into the box. On the back, no one's there, but a great opportunity as Moeller laid out for it, missed all of it. And had there been a Trojan hugging that back pipe, I think we'd be talking about a 2-2 score right now. But Alex Moeller avoids disaster and clears it away. On the near wing, an attempt to kept it in by Kylie Knudsen is not going to amount to much. Nice cross to Hill. Paige Hill. And Paletti comes in for the rescue and knocks it out for a throw-in. Just over 2 minutes to play. Cross briefly into the box, but an easy scoop for Moeller. Alex Moeller, the senior keeper, sends it high into the Evanston sky, which is now headed back by Burnett. Rock Springs throw-in, minute 45 to play. Over to Morgan. Return to sender, and it will skip over Weimrich's leg. Holmberg trying to keep it in play. It's going to be a Tiger throw-in. Headed along by Knudsen. Hunsaker. Now Knudsen loads up for a long shot that doesn't trouble the netminder DePorter. Minute 10. Audrey clearing it up. Nice looking pass, but just too strong and out of reach. 1 minute to play now. Sent into the box. Knutson trying to calm it down. Hunsaker has a shot. That's a stop for Alyssa DePorter. 45 seconds. Cleared out, and it looks like a whistle blew, but a play on is going on. Thought I heard a whistle, but no. 30 seconds to go. Taucher with traffic around her, taken away by Holmberg. Hannah passing it back. 20 seconds. Taucher pressures, and it gets across midfield. Out of bounds with 10 seconds to go in the half. Tossed in with 5 now. Out to Hunsaker, 3. Hunsaker 1, and that will do it for the first half. And a very, very long first half due to a long weather delay. 40 minutes of play is in the books. The Rock Springs Tigers lead it 2-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Don't go anywhere. We'll talk about the first half and get you all set for the second half of action here at Evanston Middle School in the 4A West Regional Championship between the Tigers and the Trojans.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares, Freeway Tires, on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
Surgery is an event in life that should be taken seriously. Dr. Jared Barton, general surgeon, brings skill and experience to every patient. When it comes to your health, make sure to work with a surgeon you can trust. You never know when you're going to need surgery, but you can always know who your surgeon will be when and if the need arises. Dr. Jared Barton, general surgeon, knowledgeable, experienced, and friendly. To schedule an appointment, call 307-789-8721.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
Welcome back to Evanston Middle School, and it's halftime right now between the number 1 seeded Tigers and the number 3 Trojans. And let's break down that first half a little bit. So the scoring got started 8 minutes into play. Sophomore Hannah Holmberg, who was the hero yesterday against Jackson, providing the lone goal of the match, picked up where she left off and put the Trojans ahead early 1-0. But the number 1 Tigers would respond via an Emily Taucher header off a corner kick 14 minutes in to tie the game up at 1-1. And then over halfway through the first half, Carly Nelson with 15:07 remaining and a bit of a scramble on a beautiful cross from Aubrey Yantis pushed the Tigers ahead 2-1, and that's our Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard and the first 40 minutes of play. We've got just about 6.5 minutes to go in half, and we'll get started the second half after that right here on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of My Local Radio Soccer.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
Time flies, especially when you're having fun. This is Jeremy Rex, manager at T-Bar S in Evanston. It's hard to believe that we've been here almost a year with our new management team and staff. Did you know that you can have your vehicle detailed, your windshield replaced, chip repair done, or get your trailer refinished or rewired at T-Bar S? Of course, we are a full-service collision repair shop, too. You can even change your oil and your brakes. Visit T-Bar S today. Let T-Bar fix your car. 515 County Road, Evanston.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
The Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
The importance of saving and learning how to use money wisely can be taught from a very young age. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we offer youth accounts to help kids learn to save, borrow, and spend responsibly. Our youth accounts are special, just like the kids in our community. Check out our See You Grow, See You Learn, and See You Prosper accounts for kids 0 to 18. These accounts are great to start managing finances. Open a youth account today for $1. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
Welcome back to Evanston Middle School, and let's get you guys set for the second half and talk about what's at stake here. So we know the 4 teams from the West going to the state tournament next weekend in Cheyenne. It is Natrona County, the 4 seed out of the West. The 3 seed is Jackson, and right now we're trying to figure out the 1 and the 2 seed, but here's how it works. So the winner of this game would take on the loser of the Cheyenne East and Sheridan matchup, which I believe my intel tells me that East is the loser. So winner takes on East, and the loser would go on to face Sheridan. Thunder Basin and Central are competing for the 1 and 2 seed right now. I'm not really sure if they're under a weather delay, but the winner is going to play Natrona County, and the loser would play Jackson Hole. So in for 8 great quality soccer teams heading out to the state capitol next weekend as the first half is about to wrap up here, as the halftime is about to wrap up here. But before we do, let's give you guys some keys for the next half and talk about what both sides need to be done. For Kelly Walsh, they've been on the wrong end of a lot of possession right now. Look to see them try and turn things around in the midfield. They've got a lot of special players in Hannah Holmberg, but right now she's looking for a partner in crime up at that front line at the striking position. See if anyone can join her up there. And then for Rock Springs, after letting up an early goal, they kind of looked like themselves after that. So not much of a big change they need to make right now, but got to keep themselves dialed in on Holmberg. She's got 2 goals in the last 2 games and can be a very special player for Kelly Walsh. We'll step aside for another quick commercial break here. You're listening to My Local Radio Sports on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Red Devils. West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Surgery is an event in life that should be taken seriously. Dr. Jared Barton, general surgeon, brings skill and experience to every patient. When it comes to your health, make sure to work with a surgeon you can trust. You never know when you're going to need surgery, but you can always know who your surgeon will be when and if the need arises. Dr. Jared Barton, general surgeon, knowledgeable, experienced, and friendly. To schedule an appointment, call 307-789-8721.
And welcome into the second half of action. The game got started a little early here for the second half as a ball is played down the Rock Springs defensive end. I think the referees and players said, hey, we sat around for 45 minutes. Why sit around any longer if we don't have to? So second half underway. 2-1 Rock Springs lead on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Ball gets kicked out of play for a Trojan throw-in. Rachel Evanston to take it. Finds Moiser. And Rachel overextended and couldn't get to it in time, so it'll be a Rock Springs throw-in. In the middle, Trojans and Tigers battling for it. A whistle halts the party, and it's going to be a free kick for Rock Springs. Quickly take it, looking for Nelson, but Porter was waiting for it. Roll out here to the nearest defender. Played ahead, Lloyd, or Camp, I beg your pardon. Here comes Paletti along the wing, crossing it in, looking for Hunsaker. She gets ahead to it, it's in! Brecken Hunsaker adds on to the lead with another header. It's now 3-1 Tigers. Just took them over a little under 90 seconds. Minute 27 into the second half, and Rock Springs has their insurance goal. They lead 3-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. A beautiful cross from Paletti, and Hunsaker put it on goal, did her job, and a tough task for Alyssa DePorter in net. Played into Toucher. On the wing, Silovich. Chipping it forward and out for a goal kick. Would you lend $20,000 to a former employee to buy insurance? Well, ARPA, or the American Rescue Plan Act, could force you to do just that. If you've let employees go since October 2019, ARPA's promised free health insurance on your company plan, even retroactive coverage. But there are solutions for employees and employers. Visit DEBknowsinsurance.com to discover them. Rock Springs staying on the attack. Throw in, and it's cleared out by the Trojans, only to be picked up by Weinrich. Knutson on the wing, struggling to get inside. Good defense from Evanston to prohibit it, and now Hill is going to be assessed a foul, and it's a free kick for Rock Springs. 3 minutes into the second half, Tigers added on a goal after falling behind 1-0. They've put up 3 unanswered. And it's going to be a long kick for Silovich. In the back, and it's out for a goal kick. Looks like Toucher may have gotten a toe to it, but couldn't steer it on net. So a goal kick now once again for the Trojans, and trying to come back against a 3-1 deficit against Rock Springs. It starts with possession after making a stop, as the Tigers have a knack for just hanging around and not making life difficult. Paletti tosses it in, but it's immediately deflected out of play for a throw-in. Peyton Hill tosses it down the line. Holmberg chasing after it and rolls out a play. Last touch by Rock Springs. Looking for Peyton Hill was Paige Hill. Pass back and over to Evanston. Crossed over looking for Hill. Got denied at initial line of Rock Springs defense. Moiser. Here comes Rock Springs in transition, looking for Hunsaker, getting into the middle, and a stop by DePorter. 35.5 minutes remaining. Trojans need to find 2 goals if they want to get themselves back in this. Knutson pulls the trigger on a long shot and just wide. Oh, a great look from Kylie Knutson, but just misses the net. Trojans to boot it away. Reagan Camp puts her sophomore leg into it, and it falls right to Emily Taucher. Weinrich sends it back into the box. Headed up and out. Willoughby over to Paletti. Paletti pushed off the ball by Hill. Now Paige Hill accelerating. This could be something. Hill in the box, and she's pushed off the ball. Excellent defense by Willoughby. Wow. Contact was made. Both players hit the pitch, but tip your cap to Amory Willoughby, the senior defender. Made up a lot of ground to eliminate a good opportunity for Paige Hill. And now the official and the line judge are going to have a conversation. If there's a foul to be made, I think it would go against Paige Hill. I think she might have dragged Willoughby down. And it's going to be a free kick for Rock Springs. I mean, just fantastic work by Willoughby. Looked like a cheetah out there. Moeller to take it. 6 minutes into the second half. And it's passed over to Silovich. Zoe up towards the middle, but a waiting contingent of Trojans was there, but turned right back over as the two sides exchange a couple of volleys. Paletti off to Nelson. Sent towards the box. Hunsaker heads it back. Burnett gets a leg to it, but the clearance doesn't get far, but the second attempt does. Kept in by Taucher. Gets past Peyton Hill. And out of play it goes. Last touched by Hill, and it's going to be a throw-in for Rock Springs. Silovich to take the toss-in. The direction of the box, headed back, and DePorter runs up from her lines to scoop it up. Out of play, and Evanston to throw it in. Off to Strand. Pass it to Mosier. Errant pass falls right to Willoughby. Booted up to Paletti. Moses. On the wing, Knutson making her way towards the top of the box. Great closing defense by Audrey, and the shot goes out for a goal kick. Caution, the term health insurance may immediately put you to sleep. Not this time, ARPA or the American Rescue Plan Act has made healthcare more affordable or even free. You've got to check it out because these new changes could save you thousands. If you were previously ineligible for subsidies, had a COVID diagnosis in your household, or collected even 1 week of unemployment benefits, you could be in for a pleasant surprise. Some programs have no income caps. Open enrollment continues through August 15th. Visit debknowsinsurance.com to learn more. Good looking spot for a free kick right now for the Trojans as they send white jerseys ahead. Pass shortly up to Lloyd. Lloyd pressured, trying to give it back. Pass taken away. Taucher with room up to Hunsaker. Hunsaker in a race. Hunsaker for the second goal. Yes! Brecken Hunsaker gets her second of the match and second of the half. The lead is now 4-1. With 31:02 to go in the half, nearly 7 minutes after her first goal, Hunsaker has extended the lead. It's now a 3-goal lead. 4 unanswered from Rock Springs. Off a beautiful pass, too, might I add, from Taucher, and a collision there, and it looks like a free kick coming up and maybe a card awarded. Yep, so it's going to be a yellow card right now for Peyton Hill, the freshman midfielder. She'll have to check out of the game for at least one substitution cycle. And it will be a free kick now for Rock Springs. Coming on in replacement of Hill is Bailey Owen, the junior who started. Willoughby to restart the match, sends it down the pitch. Gets past everyone but Nelson's offsides. Flag came up on what looked to be like a promising run for Nelson off the free kick. But the flag is raised, and it'll be an indirect free kick now for Kelly Walsh. All the way ahead. Profizer will calmly pass it out for a Kelly Walsh throw-in. Just over 30 minutes to play. Strong clearance goes right into Holmberg. Chased down in the corner, not a play. Trojan throw-in. Quickly into the box and airmailed well out of the vicinity of the field. And it looks like it's going to be a corner kick. First corner of the half for the Trojans. Looking to make it a 2-goal game. Just over 10 minutes played in the second half. Morgan Burnett, the righty, to take the kick. Good looking kick. A volley. Good stop. Loose ball. Rolls out for a goal kick. Wow, what a good opportunity. A bicycle kick right there from Audrey Moiser. At midfield. Sent back. And passed along by Profizer. Silovich and Paletti in a 2-man game. Taucher. And across to Weinrich. Knudsen working her way into the box. A long shot and a great stop by DePorter. Bit of a fight for the ball at midfield. Trojans come away with it over to Holmberg. Holmberg fires on a long shot that goes well wide and out for a goal kick. Health insurance can be really confusing. With the new $1.9 trillion aid package beginning April 1st, quality health insurance became more affordable. These changes could be worth thousands of dollars to you. If you've collected unemployment or lost employer coverage, you may qualify for free coverage. If you are uninsured or paying for insurance through healthcare.gov, or if you've been told in the past you don't qualify because you earn too much, you'll want to act fast. To lock in new savings, visit DEBknowsinsurance.com today. And a great stop that time by DePorter coming up and just eliminating any opportunity for the Tigers. Paletti at midfield, passing it off to Taucher, who finds Weimrich, but charging in to get there in time looked like a Trojan. Up ahead. And this one will get out of play for a corner. Trojans knocked it out, and it's going to be a corner kick now for Rock Springs. Tigers make a pair of changes. Kayla Webb, and Cassidy Webb both come onto the pitch. Two Webb sisters, I presume. Now the Tiger corner into the box. Gets past everyone, and it will roll out of play for a throw-in. Don't think anyone touched it, so it's going to be a Kelly Walsh throw-in. Over to Hunsaker. Back to Moses, a long strike. Oh, what a goal! Moses from well outside the box just missiles it to the back of the net. Rock Springs beginning to pull away, to say the least. It's a 4-goal lead now. 5-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Off an absolute rocket from Moses with 26:05 to play. Trojans looking for a response. They desperately need one, as that shot won't be an issue for Moeller. Winner of this game takes on Sheridan in Cheyenne next weekend, while the loser will face Cheyenne East. Well, I got that backwards now I think about it. Cheyenne East will take on the winner of this, while the loser will face off against Sheridan. At midfield, over to Hill. Gets away from her, and Moses running back to get possession. Taucher accelerating up the pitch. Passing it off. Nelson, a good chance. No, it's going to roll past her. And it's out for a goal kick. Just a little under 25 minutes remaining in the second half. Tigers all over the Trojans after Kelly Walsh put up the first goal of the match. Paletti looking for some real estate. Over to Hunsaker. Nifty first touch. Hunsaker chipping it in. It's deflected out for a corner. So a corner coming up for the Tigers. Rock Springs perfect all season long in conference play. Thought for a moment Kelly Walsh might give them a scare after the early goal, but the Tigers lead comfortably right now. The corner into the box, and a good opportunity, but a missed header is out for a goal kick. 23.5 minutes on the clock. Goal kick coming up for Alyssa DePorter. And Reagan Camp, the sophomore defenseman, will take it. Profizer looking for someone to pass to and goes back to Willoughby. And it's over to Webb. Webb to Toucher. Good defense from Everson to get the ball free, but a throw in for Rock Springs. Provisor clearing her lines, and Burnett steps in to kick it forward. Good chase here from Hill, but Willoughby, with not a care in the world, just shoots that one into the bleachers. Trojan throw-in the direction of Owen. Hill alone on the wing. This could be a chance, and the cross gets by everyone. Miller keeps it in play. And then Paletti will send it forward and clear that back line of Rock Springs. Camp to throw it in. Just over 22 minutes on the clock. Reagan finding Bailey Owen. Off to Miller. Paletti harassing her and taking the ball away, but Camp trying to step in the way of a pass, unable to. And it'll be a Kelly Walsh throw-in. Miller. Headed on to Toucher. And then headed back by Burnett to Everson. Moses picks it up. She's the most recent goal scorer of the match. Passing in the middle, trying to link up with Shurik. But it will roll out of play for a Rock Springs throw-in. Whistle blows, and it looks like a trio of substitutions is to be made now. We've got Yantis, Silovich, and then Ella Brewster coming on for the Tigers. So Coach Stephen Pyer makes a trio of changes. And not an uncommon thing. He likes to have a bit of a revolving door on the pitch, so to speak. Players coming and going all the time. That way when they're on, there's no excuse, I'd imagine, to not be going 110%. Plenty of rest spread across the unit. Burnett settles it down and sends it back up the middle. Paletti. Nice takeaway from Miller. Great defense. Finds Owen and over to Everson. Skipped underneath her foot. And Webb in on the defense. Out for a Trojan throw-in down the line. Hill first touched it. And Willoughby calmly passes it on a play for another Kelly Walsh throw-in. Over to Moses. Up ahead. Brewster. 4-on-4 chance. Ella with plenty of room. Gets down to the alley. Past Burnett. The cross. And it goes wide into the side of the netting for a goal kick. With 19.5 minutes remaining in the second half. And the final match of this entire 4A West regional tournament. Camp to take the throw, but first a substitution made as Emma Holberg comes onto the pitch for Morgan Burnett. Camp sending it towards the middle. Yantis settles it down, then flips it across. Brewster chasing after it, but looks like a good clearance there made by Woodruff. Pass back, a long shot in the middle. Kelly Walsh coming out of the pack with it. Lloyd sends it up. Stopped by Provisor and off to Owen. Another clearance from Barrett Lloyd. Just under 18 minutes to play. Substitution being made by Coach Jerry Reeling. Belle McLennan coming onto the pitch for Abigail Miller. It's a Kelly Walsh throw-in after a brief pause for the change. Actually, it's not a throw-in, a free kick. Knocked ahead, Silovich chasing after it. Lloyd trying to win the battle, gets out of play. They'll say it was last touched by Kelly Walsh, so a Rock Springs throw-in. Paletti throwing it into the box to Hunsaker, spinning, looking for room, crossing. No one on the other side. Brewster chases after it. Keeps it in play. Great defense by Evanston. Up ahead. Shurik chasing after it. A whistle blows from behind, and I think it's a throw. Well, it's a throw-in now. Webb heads it up. Loose ball in the box. Couple bodies hitting the pitch. And finally, the ball exits the field of play for a goal kick. That new $1.9 trillion spending package recently approved by the federal government has an unpleasant surprise for employers, small and large. If you've let employees go since October 2019, you may have to reinstate their health care coverage on the company insurance plan and pay their premiums for up to 6 months. Wow. By May 31st, employers must notify employees of their new rights. But there is a solution. Visit DEBknowsinsurance.com to find out what it is. Tied up at the center of the pitch. Out to Provisor. Pass it over. And it's up to Brewster. Whistle blows. And it's going to go against Kelly Walsh. A free kick for Rock Springs with just over 15 minutes remaining. The official having a bit of a word with Aspen. Soft pass over to Webb. Cassidy up the pitch, finding Silovich. Camp on her tail. Silovich crossing to the box. Loose ball, and it's in. No offsides. What looked to be like a fantastic goal for Aubrey Yantis is wiped away. The flag came up, and Yantis is assessed an offsides call, so an indirect free kick coming up. No goal for Rock Springs. Still a 5-1 lead on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Hunsaker passing back. Moses getting room. Holmberg crashing in. The cross. Loose ball in the box still. Now the Trojans clear it out. Hill fighting for it and getting possession. Quick 1-2 passing as Page chases after it, but it rolls out to the Kelly Walsh bench. Tigers to throw it in. dancing along the out-of-bounds line in front of that Rock Springs bench, and it's a Trojan throw-in with 13 and a half to play. Play it ahead and out of play for another Trojan throw-in. For another Rock Springs throw-in, I beg your pardon. Webb thought about taking it. Instead, hands it off to Willoughby to take the throw. 13 minutes separating Rock Springs from a regional championship. Sent deep into the Trojan zone. It's headed out for a Rock Springs throw-in. Toucher. Now Webb. Cassidy. Over to Knudsen. Great closing defense from Kelly Walsh. Ending any hope of an advancement for Rock Springs for the moment. And it looks like an injured Trojan is on the pitch right now. And it appears to be Emma Holberg. She'll be checked out. We'll step aside for a quick break here on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of My Local Radio Soccer.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes. For the tooth fairy, so the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
And welcome back here as Emma Holberg is helped off the pitch from her head coach Jerry Reeling. Hopefully she's okay and can rejoin her side soon. Walked off under her own power, and that's what we like to see. It's a Trojan side of the pitch right now, throw in for Rock Springs. Toucher takes it from Webb, crossing it into the box. Good chance here in the corner. Great clearance by Burnett. Rock Springs to throw it in with 12 minutes to play. Into the box. Headed on the direction of the goal. And it's an easy stop. DePorter sending it up the pitch. Toucher tries to pull the trigger on a long shot. It's partially blocked. Rachel Evanston working right now on Ella Brewster. Gets out for a Tiger throw-in. Bolton the cross. Nice clearance and a good stop there from Kelly Walsh. On the wing, Bolton the cross. And there's DePorter for the rescue. Alyssa DePorter seizes it right as it gets close to that goal post and now sends it high into the Evanston sky, and it will take a bounce and headed out. Now kept in now. Belle McClellan kept it in play. Paige Hill to throw it in. Nearly gets out of play. Now it does, actually. And it's going to be a corner kick for Kelly Walsh. Trojans, first time they've been on this side of the pitch for a few minutes, and a big corner coming up right now. Morgan Burnett to take it. Here comes the kick. Headed out by Toucher. Kelly Walsh crashing in right now, trying to keep it alive. Lloyd, a shot that's blocked, and Willoughby clears their lines. Out to Yantis. Yantis pass it off to Silovich. This could be a good chance. Silovich looking for Bolton. No, the shot goes calmly to the hands of DePorter, who takes it with ease. Punted away. Toucher the first to touch it. Knudsen trying to keep it in play, but it goes out for a Trojan throw-in. Reinsbach to throw it in. Indeed she does, and it goes to Toucher, who plays it back to Moeller. Moeller with pressure right now and eventually just kicks it out. And Aspen Shirk on her, but makes the smart play and sends it out for a throw-in with a little under 9 minutes remaining. Tigers throwing it in, finding Bolton. Evanston crashing in hard, taking it away. Great defense. Trying to link up with Hill was Strand, but unable to. Chipped ahead. And then Moeller, once pressure comes to her, picks it up. Out to Knudsen. Passing it off to Cassidy Webb. Webb with the left foot, playing it up the pitch to Silovich. Great pass to Knudsen. Into the box, faces some pressure, trying to keep it in. And then it's tapped out of play, and it will be a goal kick. Video coverage of every game at these regional soccer playoffs are being brought to you in part by Dr. Jared Barton, General Surgeon. We appreciate all of our headline advertisers that made it possible for this coverage. The next time you see Dr. Barton, be sure to say thanks for his help providing this coverage. Ball goes in and out of the box for a moment, now spits out to midfield. And a whistle and a free kick coming up. Quickly taken. Weinrich played it ahead. Brewster lost it and comes out to Hill. Page, the senior, playing it forward, and an easy solution right now for Willoughby. She goes back to Moeller, who sends it out of play for a Kelly Walsh throw-in. 6.5 on the clock. Throw-in rolls out, and for a goal kick. Video coverage of every game at these regional soccer playoffs are also being brought to you in part by DebKnowsInsurance.com. That new $1.9 trillion federal spending package has some pretty serious insurance changes coming our way. If you own a business, currently pay for your own insurance at insurance.gov, or if you're not insured, visit DebKnowsInsurance.com today. On the wing, good opportunity here. Schoenfield, a shot and a save from DePorter. Shelby Schoenfield, the sophomore, recently checked into the game. First time we've seen her today. Just under 6 minutes on the clock now. It's off to Barry. Coach Pryor going with more of a backup lineup right now. Not many starters still in the match for Rock Springs due to the comfortable 4-goal lead. Throw in coming up for Kelly Walsh. Toss down the line. McClendon fighting for it, and she gets it across midfield. Weinrich dribbling up the pitch, making one defender miss, then passing it off to Bolton. Now Brewster. Slowing things down and going back to Bolton, who crosses it in. Clearance goes high into the box, still loose. Shot is blocked by a Tiger. Second chance blocked. Knudsen outside. Left-footed shot is partially tipped. And now gets out for a throw-in. Rock Springs to take it. 4.5 on the clock. Thrown into the top of the box. Here's Knudsen, a shot blocked. And a great clearance there from Reinsbach. Reinsbach, the senior, off the bench. And a couple block shots there and a much-needed clearance for the Trojans. Less than 4 minutes on the clock now. Rock Springs searching for their 5th straight 4A West Regional Championship. They would take on Cheyenne East in the first round of the state tournament, while Kelly Walsh is looking like they have a matchup with Sheridan. Thunder Basin and Central are playing for the Eastern Regional Championship right now. Winner of that game takes on Natrona County. Loser plays Jackson. Pass back to Moeller. Moeller has had a quiet afternoon relatively since that early goal from Hannah Holmberg 8 minutes into play. Hill all over Moeller, but one player is allowed to use their hands and uses it to their advantage. Less than 3 minutes on the clock. Hill. That's Lloyd, I beg your pardon. Barrett Lloyd, the senior captain, really anchors down that last line of defense for Kelly Walsh. Throw in now to Strand. Lost it. Brewster coming out of the pack for a moment with it, but she couldn't hold on to it for long. Out of play, Kelly Walsh throwing. No, change of heart. It's going to be, yeah, there it is. Referee kind of pointed to two different directions at one point. Trojans chipping it ahead. Played up. And now Barry trying to link up with a teammate. And it gets out of play for a throw-in with just over 90 seconds left. Tigers can basically use all 5 senses to know what it's like to get that region championship back right now. Thrown in. Knudsen passing it off. Schoenfeld sending it in. Clearance attempt is blocked. Goes to the corner, but out for a throw-in. 1 minute to play.
79th minute here from Evanston Middle School as the Rock Springs Lady Tigers closing in on their 5th straight 4A West Regional title.
Trojans to throw it in. It's a 5-1 Rock Springs lead here in the last couple seconds with less than 40 seconds to play. Quickly thrown in by McClellan to Hill. Hill entering the box, but she runs into some pressure, gets out of play, and it will be a corner kick with 20 seconds. Rock Springs 15 seconds away from another 4A West Region Championship. 7 seconds now, and this will likely be the last play of the game. Cleared out, Willoughby heads it out of the box, and the Rock Springs Tigers are your 4A West Region champs. A 5-1 victory for Rock Springs over Kelly Walsh. So Sheridan knows that they will be playing Kelly Walsh, while Cheyenne East will face off against Rock Springs next week in Cheyenne. We'll step aside for a quick break here, and we'll have a bit of a trophy ceremony in a moment for both sides.
There's a reason Rocky Mountain Yeti is Southwest Wyoming's #1 dealer. Come in and see what all the buzz is about. Voted Best of Evanston by you. Best of Evanston in new car sales, used car sales, and Best of Evanston in service. We have the best selection of inventory in town, paired with our legendary 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Come see us today at one of our 2 locations, 100 Wasatch Road or Yeti on 3rd next to Walmart. Let us help get you on your next adventure today. Rocky Mountain Yeti, legend driven.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
2 roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when 2 roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
And Shelby Shanefield. Coaches for the Rock Springs Tigers, Stephen Pyer, Nicole Baker, and Braxton Rosette.
Just had a bit of a ceremony there, a presentation of medals to the region champs, the Rock Springs Tigers. Kelly Walsh picks up a runner-up placement in a hard-fought match where they found themselves ahead early, but the Tigers proved to be too much to handle as they would put up 5 unanswered goals. And let's get into our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap now. Scoring got started with Hannah Holmberg for the Trojans 8 minutes into the match, but then Rock Springs would quickly snap back into form. Emily Toucher got the equalizing goal with 26:05 left. Then about 11 minutes later, Carly Nelson on a bit of a scramble play in the net punched it in to take the lead, and that would be the game-winning goal, as after that a whole bunch of insurance goals were tacked on. Early in the start of the second half, Brecken Hunsaker put in the 3rd goal of the match, And 7 minutes later, she got her brace with the second goal of the match for her. And finally, Nova Moses, with 26 minutes remaining in the match, put up the 5th and final goal to clinch the 5th straight 4A West Region Championship for the Rock Springs Tigers. Both teams signing up. Rock Springs right now, taking a picture in front of the net. 5-1 Tigers after 80 minutes of play. So let's talk about what's at stake next week before we sign off here. It'll be Rock Springs taking on Cheyenne East next week, while Kelly Walsh will face Sheridan. Then it will be Natrona County playing the winner of Thunder Basin and Central, which is probably wrapping up right about now or maybe not long ago. And then Jackson will take on the loser of Thunder Basin and Central. 5-1 the final on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Before we sign off, I want to thank all of our headline advertisers and all of the local supporting businesses that made this broadcast possible. Specifically, we want to thank DEB Deb Knows Insurance.com and Dr. Jared Barton, General Surgeon. Well, folks, for my camera operator today, Zoe Young, I'm Matthew Peterson, signing off. The final, Rock Springs 5, Kelly Walsh 1 in the 4A West Region Championship.